a sunlit day in Texas, the Red Sox sent Chris Sale to Hill against the Rangers in Game 4. The Sox fresh off one of their best victories of 2018. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for being with us today. I'm Dave O'Brien. My partner, Red Sox Hall of Famer Jerry Remy. Garen Austin will be joining us in just a couple of moments. Remdog, that is saying something. One of the best wins of the year, given the fact the Red Sox have come up from behind to win 13 games this season. The bullpen was just brilliant last night.
Well, you know, the game of baseball has evolved so much into a bullpen game, and what you really need now are power arms at the back of the rotation, and that's exactly what they've got. You know, you saw it, for example, last night. You've got Henry coming in, striking out the side, but he gets a slider right there to get the strikeout. Then Joe Kelly comes in with bases loaded, strikes out two guys, goes high on Joey Gallo, goes down to the way to Profar to get the strikeouts. And of course, Craig Kimbrell comes in, and when he comes in, the game is basically over. Picks up his 300th career save on that one right there. So the Red Sox have a lot of power arms at the back end of the bullpen, and obviously when you get to late in the game, the less contact you can make, the better chance you got, right? So we got a bunch of guys that can strike out a lot of people at the end of the game.
And a guy on the mound today in a starting capacity who can do the same thing. That, of course, is the left-hander Chris Sale. He's going up against a guy in right-handed Doug Fister, of course, who pitches about as quickly as he does. Loves to work fast. Red Sox and the Rangers in the sunshine in Texas coming up in a moment. BuyAToyota.com. By Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'. Lexus and the Lexus Strikes Out Hunger program. By Geico, 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. By your local New England Ford dealers. And by Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you? Well, not a cloud in the sky today. Might be tough on the infielders and outfielders on pop-ups and fly balls, but not going to complain about the weather here in Texas when it's like this. Absolutely beautiful. Time to send it down now to Garen Austin. Garen, what are you working on today?
Hi, Obi. Well, what a big night for Craig Kimbrell. He earned his 300th save with his grandfather here, and he told us that it was really neat because it was 8 years ago to that day that he was called up for the first time. And the entire team was waiting in the clubhouse after the game to celebrate along with him. Coming up later today, guys, there's been a lot of talk about how Mitch Moreland has been mentoring Rafael Devers. Well, he told me who in the Rangers mentored him all those years ago. And Andrew Benintendi was a part of a marriage proposal, and I've got all the details. Obi?
Oh, a part of. I want to find out what part of. Yeah, I think, by the way, I'm not the only one interested. I think we've got a lot of fans interested in that. Thank you, Garen. The Red Sox and the Rangers playing the 4th and final game of the series. Alex Cora will be talking to Alex in the 3rd inning here today. A couple of questions for the manager. He doesn't like Skipper, by the way, so don't call him Skipper. For whatever reason, he said, I never liked it as a player. I don't like being addressed that way by anybody in the media or players. He says it's just Alex.
Alex or AC?
Or AC. Red Sox coming in at 24-9 and looking to have first place all to themselves, heading to New York for Tuesday's game 1 of that 3-game series. And Doug Fister on the mound today, the right-hander. He will oppose Chris Sale. So don't blink. This one could be over very quickly today if they're both cooking, because they both work, of course, at rapid fire speed. Fister made 15 starts for the Red Sox last year, went 5-9, an ERA of 4.88. He signed a new deal here, 1 year and an option with the Texas Rangers. Red Sox with a terrific win last night. If you did not see it, to a man, everybody in the Red Sox clubhouse described it as a great team victory, because so many parts of the ball club had to pull together to come from 4-1 down to knock off the Rangers.
Yeah, they did a lot of nice things in that ball game last night. Mitch Moreland getting that home run to get the Red Sox back into it. Mookie Betts with a heads-up base running play to score a run. Good game, a lot of fun to do. It was an exciting game.
Benintendi right in the middle of it too. And here's the Red Sox lineup, brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Mookie Betts will lead it off in right. Number 2 hitter is Andrew Benintendi. The DH, JD Martinez. Mitch Moreland's at first base today, 5 home runs. Sander Bogaerts at short. Number 6 hitter is Rafael Devers, batting 7th. Eduardo Nunez in second. Jackie Bradley will be in center field, hitting 8th, and Sandy Leon catches and bats 9th against Fister. This is his 6th ball club. He's been with Seattle, Detroit, Washington, Houston, the Sox, and now the Rangers.
And the defense today for the Texas Rangers, they are last in the American League. They've made 30 errors in 35 games. Nunez will be at third base. Profile, the shortstop. Kiner Felipe at second. And Guzman, the first baseman, left to right. Rua, the Shields, and Mazzara. Perez doing the catching for Fister.
Umpires today brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Dan Bellino behind the plate today. Bill Cuzzy at first, Adam Hamari at second, Adrian Johnson, the umpire, at third. And we're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit Compra2Toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV.
Buenas tardes, amigos.
And the weather just delightful. The Red Sox will not be in the heat in Texas because it's only 84 degrees. The humidity is low. Sunshine, very little wind. Although that sun can be brutal on those fly balls today. And we're set to go, and Mookie Betts to dig in with a .352 batting average and 13 home runs to lead the majors. Mookie 0 for 4 last night, but he did reach on a walk, and his alert base running, his dash to home plate in the 7th, was a huge play. And really one of the most exciting plays on a night full of them.
Yeah, Fister spent a little time on a disabled list early in the season, had a right hip strain. That's the reason today he's making his 6th start of the season. Last time out, he got a no decision against the Oakland Athletics. Pitched pretty well in that ball game.
He's gone to 3-1 on Mookie Betts. Andrew Benintendi on deck. Sox looking to pick up their 25th win. 3-1, ripped into right field for a base hit. That's on fast here in the 1st inning.
Yeah, once that sinker goes away and you fall behind the count, then you've got to throw a strike, so it comes up in the zone a little bit, and Mookie Betts takes it to the opposite field for the base hit, so he immediately becomes a threat to steal at first base with Benintendi at the plate.
Benintendi doubled and tripled along with a base hit last night, hitting .254. And in the 9th inning, he missed a home run by about a foot off the wall. That That went for a triple. He would score the game-winning run. Alex Cora believes those signs indicate that his season is about to change.
Well, you never know what's going to take you out of a slump. Sometime it can be an infield hit, a little bloop hit, a home run. You just don't know. But you put together 2 or 3 games where you double up on the hits, and all of a sudden you're off.
JD Martinez next as Mookie Betts gets the lead, and a dive back in safe. Exactly 100 stolen base attempts for Mookie, not running here. And the count 2-1.
The thing about Pfister, it's a little bit tough to get a jump off him. He's pretty quick. Now this is Benintendi last night, picking up a triple long shot out to the longest, biggest part of the ballpark. Rounds into third base and then eventually comes on to score on a sacrifice fly by Hanley Ramirez.
Another throw to first and a dive back. Yeah, not to be forgotten in that Red Sox victory was what a fine at bat by Hanley Ramirez.
Yeah, get the ball in the air, get the ball deep enough to get the run home.
He is very reliable in those spots. A ground ball to first, scooped up by Guzman, taps the bag and throws it right into the back of Mookie Betts, who is safely into second base, but he is in some pain. He got drilled. Alex Cora and one of the trainers will come out. Where did he get hit exactly? But it did drill him.
It's like he's holding his wrist. You try to line yourself up with whoever's going to take the throw so you do get hit, but this ball hits him. I can't tell on that replay exactly where it gets him, but it looks like he's holding his wrist.
It looked like it got him at the shoulder.
Maybe when he slid, though, he dragged his wrist across the ground, because it seems like that's what the problem is. Yeah, no question. I think you're right, Dave. I think it did get him up around the shoulder area when he got hit with the throw. They get the out at first base. Now, see Mookie change directions to line himself up so he will get hit. They don't allow a free throw to second base, but then it was the hand or the wrist that he was dragging that seems to be hurt.
He is safely into second base. Guzman did get the out on Benintendi at first base. Now we'll see if Mookie can stay in. And he will. A tap on the helmet by Alex Cora, so that's safely to second. That'll bring up JD Martinez.
That shot that we had of Mookie going into second base, you can see him change direction. And what he's trying to do in that situation is line himself up with who's ever going to take the throw. That way you hope that the throw does not get there and it hits you in the back. See him change directions right there? And that's why he did get hit, but then it was his wrist that he hurt.
Ian Martinez hitting .344, 7 homers, 26 runs batted in, 2 for 3 lifetime against Doug Pfister. He's still working on that arm out there at second base, lifting it up over his head in between pitches. The Cleveland Indians were no hit through 7 innings today by the Yankees. And now the Indians have a 1-0 lead in the 8th inning. The no-hitter is gone. Popped up foul. That'll be out of play. And JD's had a fine series.
I saw Mookie at second base pointing to his shoulders, and now he's lifting his arms up above his head. It's almost like, you know, maybe he jammed the shoulder or something going into second base. You know, as his hand hit, maybe that jammed the shoulder.
2-1, drifts outside, stopped by Perez.
See him continue to stretch it out. Let's hope he's all right.
(3-1), and he walked him. So Martinez on. Red Sox trying to build something here. First and second for Mitch Moreland. Our key matchup is presented by the great folks at Sullivan Tire and Auto Service. We're always here to get you there. Mitch Moreland against the Rangers in 7 games in his career against his old club. Almost like it's a little personal. .550 with a home run, 6 RBIs.
Always feels good to do well against your ex-club. 8 for his last 13.
2 on, 1 out. Mitch really swinging it well. .338, 5 home runs, 16 runs batted in. More often than not, when he gets in the lineup, he does damage. No score in the first. And a strike.
Not very hard throw. A 2-seam fastball at 89 miles an hour that time to Moreland.
Betts and Martinez on. Ripped down the right field line. That's headed for the corner. That's going to bounce around. Here comes Mookie Betts in to score. Into third base. Moreland, they're going to stop him there. Or I should say Martinez into third. Into second is Moreland with a run scoring double, but Mookie still kind of dragging that arm as he makes his way to the dugout. Scores the first run of the afternoon. Red Sox on top 1-0.
Now take a look at the pitch right here to Moreland, a sinking fastball or a changeup at 82, a changeup that he hooks down the right field line. He'd only did 207 against Fister going into that at bat. It takes it right down the right field line, and Red Sox jump out quickly and now have 2 men in scoring position.
7 doubles for Mitch Moreland, and here comes Xander Bogaerts trying to keep it rolling. .338 with 3 homers. That's off the mitt, and it does not roll far enough to score the runner from third base.
And sometimes when you're at third base, it's you know, those ones that go directly like in the path of the catcher, it's hard to tell exactly how far they get. And no sense in taking a chance right now. You got 2 men in scoring position. You got Bogaerts at the plate, Devers on deck. If you're not sure, you don't go.
We'll keep an eye on Mookie Betts, of course, to see if he's going to go out to play his defensive position. Hard ground ball down to get it. Nunez, he's throwing home. Going to be a play at the plate. He's out. So Martinez cut down at home plate.
That's a fine play by Nunez at third base. Now remember, this Texas club, not a good defensive club at all, but Nunez makes a nice play here. Diving to his left and from his knee makes a throw to home plate and has plenty of time to get J.D. Martinez.
Very accurate, throwing plenty of time. So first and second for the Red Sox, and for Rafael Devers trying to add on here. 1-0 Boston. Devers 4 for 13, 2 home runs in the series, and he grounds that one right to Kiner Falefa to retire the side. So the Red Sox settle for the 1 against Fister. this afternoon at 2-1, a 2.14 ERA. Here's the lineup he'll take on. Delano DeShields in center. Shin-Soo Choo, the DH. Kiner Falefa at second. Zara in right. Jurickson Profar, the shortstop. Renato Nunez at third base. Ryan Rua, the left fielder. Ronald Guzman at first, and Martin Perez does the catching. Against Chris Sale, his last start did not get him a win, but he went 7 strong innings against Kansas City.
The Red Sox defense third in the league. Rafael Devers at third base. Xander Bogaerts the shortstop. Eduardo Nunez at second. And Mitch Moreland the first baseman. Benintendi, Bradley Jr. and Betts in the outfield. And Sandy Leon doing the catching for Sale.
Mookie going out to play right field. And the first one on this ball, one on to Shields, hitting .306 and a very hot hitter. He has a 9-game hitting streak.
Yeah, 3 for 6 in his career off Sale.
In there for a strike.
Change up at the bottom of the strike zone. Second pitch of the ball game at 88 miles an hour. That's the pitch that was better for him last time out, that slider. He had more action going down in the zone, back toward the back foot of those right-handed hitters. A couple of starts previous to that, it was kind of flat.
1-2. Breaking ball, and he puts him away very quickly as he strikes out his first man. One man gone.
Now there's the slider again, this time not inside but outside to pick up the strikeout. It could be a big day for him. This Texas club, they strike out more than anybody in the American League.
You see his last 4 starts against Texas. Sale is 2-1, a 1.59 ERA. Shin-Soo Choo, 252 with 5 home runs. He's never had a lot of fun against Mr. Sale. He is 2 for 23.
You see that fastball? It was 97. We haven't seen that in the first inning from Sale.
You talked about this yesterday as we were previewing this start right after the ball game, that you were hoping to see, and I think we were all hoping to see that version of Chris Sale.
Yes.
With the blazing fastball. 94 there.
Yeah, he's been starting off a lot of games at 90, 91, and that's just not him.
.66 left-hander with a 1-2. He strikes out another one, so back-to-back Ks to begin his afternoon.
And once again, it's on that slider. I mean, he's found something. They found something in his delivery, his mechanics, and he has got that pitch back. Throwing it away from Choo, he had no chance.
Isaiah Kiner Falefa next, second baseman, who's slumping coming in. It's usually not a good idea against Sale. 253 with 2 homers. Red Sox pitcher struck out a season high 17 last night. Tied for the most by any team in a 9-inning game.
It's 97 again. You see how late that swing was by Kiner Falefa. They probably looked at video and said, wait a minute, he's not throwing 97. Well, he is right now.
Oh, 2. 98. He can't wait to pitch. Here's the 1-2 around the outside. Zara on deck, bases empty. Red Sox ahead 1-0 in the first inning. Line to right, but foul. He's just pouring in 97, 98 mile-an-hour fastballs.
Yeah, it seems like he's come out on a mission here this afternoon.
84 degrees at the top of the first inning.
Back to the slider.
Struck him out. Chris Sale strikes out the first 3 men he faces today. Well, first pitch in there for a strike on Eduardo Nunez as we get the second inning underway, and Chris Sale got his day underway with a bang. Ground ball to his left, gloved by Nunez. Rosado Nunez on target to retire Eduardo. So one gone. Calling all kids. Kids can attend a game for free at Fenway. They sign up for Kid Nation and earn loyalty points. Free kids tickets are available for the first 25,000 redeemed. Visit redsox.com/kidnation to sign up today. Well, that's the Chris Sale you were talking about, Jerry.
Exactly. You know, the velocity and the big break on the slider. All 3 strikeouts coming on the slider in the first inning. But he had that 97 for them to think about.
You know, he came in with a 2.14 earned run average. 7th in the American Leagues, also 7th in strikeouts. So he was doing just fine.
Yeah, but that's unacceptable.
Yeah. Gotta be number 1, right? Well, it was last year. 308 strikeouts, a remarkable season.
In the first inning, usually for Sale, he's been averaging so far this year 93 on his fastball in the games. First inning, averaged 96.
And of course, he did pitch, make a bunch of starts with a temperature felt like it was about 11. The 2-2 and in there for strike 3. So Jackie Bradley fans, he's caught looking.
Right at the top of the strike zone. Watch it come back a little bit. And even though the catcher Perez has to reach across his body, they still get the strike call. The umpire's right there. His head's right in the spot where the strike zone is.
2 up, 2 down for Sandy Leon, hitting 111. Pfister did get a start in the Red Sox division series against Houston last fall. Up the middle. Slide and a miss by Connor Falefa, so it'll be a base hit for Sandy. He's on with 2 down.
Well, Leon, you know, has been having some problems, but right back up the middle, the slide right there. But even if he comes up with that, I don't think he gets Leon at first base. It would have been awfully tough to get back to his feet and make a strong throw.
So to bring up Mookie Betts, he's 1 for 1 with a base hit. He has scored a run. Red Sox in the lead 1-0, but he was drilled on a throw by the first baseman Guzman while sliding into second base before he scored that run, and still flexing that shoulder which got hit. Trying to loosen it up. In there for a strike.
Now back in the first inning, going to second base. You can see him line up and he'll get hit in the back. But the problem was he must have jammed up. Looked like he was holding his wrist. And then maybe that pain shot up to his shoulder, because that seems what's bothering him now.
Into center field, approaching it to Shields. A sinking liner, and he'll make the catch while slipping down. That retires the side. walking away with Goodwin afterwards, and Alex Ford came out and said, "You're done."
Yeah, and he points it to his right shoulder, so that obviously is throwing arm. And Swihart will take over in left field. They'll move Benintendi to center field, and Jackie Bradley will go to right field now. So all we can hope is that, you know, it's not a serious thing with Betts, and you get a day off tomorrow. So hopefully it's nothing serious that'll heal up in a day.
Yeah, Red Sox may catch a break in that regard. We'll see. Mookie did look like he had difficulty throwing. But he was playing catch with Jackie Bradley in between innings. We'll get you an update as soon as we can. Meanwhile, Mazar to lead things off against Chris Sale, who struck out DeShields, Chu, and Kiner Falefa in succession to start his day. Red Sox up 1-0 here in Texas.
Betts will make his way down the clubhouse steps and up to the clubhouse and get attended to.
That's going to hit him. Zara could not get out of the way of that slider, and he gets drilled, so they've got their first base runner.
Yeah, nowhere to go on this one. He threw it almost behind him. And when it came back right toward his leg. I don't mean to laugh, but I mean, that's one that just got away from Chris Sale. Last thing you want to do is hit a left-handed batter, that's for sure.
Mazar's been their best hitter. He's on board. Now the switch hitter, Jurickson Profar, at 223 with 1 home run. He's the guy that Mookie really abused last night with that tremendous base running play, that dash to home plate. Profar fell asleep a little bit, and that's all it takes is a split second when it's Mookie Betts.
Yeah, it's embarrassing, you know, when you get caught in a position like that. I mean, the job for Profar on that play was to run the ball back to the infield as quickly as possible.
Fly down the right field line, but that's going to slice foul.
Not by that much, though, really. I thought it was going to be a lot more foul than that.
You know, he's also required in a play like that to remember who's running, who's on the bases. And I think he forgot for just a split second.
It seemed to me he got confused. You know, like he wanted to throw to second base, and then all of a sudden you got Betts at third base, and he didn't know what to do with the baseball. He's looking at the outfielder to make a play.
Tail end of that play.
You can see him look towards second base, and then, you know, all of a sudden Betts, as soon as he sees that, he's gone. They had no shot at second base, and I don't even know why he was looking there.
Mookie makes those decisions lightning quick. 2-strike pitch, a lunging ground ball toward the hole, and Nunez can't get it. Up to second, Mazara. He'll stop there. Barely squeaked through, but it's their first hit of the ball game.
Yeah, very quick. A first and second situation. That ball just getting by Nunez at second base. Just reaches out and punches a changeup to the opposite field. You wonder if Nunez would have dove for that ball, whether he had a chance to get him at first base. There was no dive. Probably didn't feel like he had time to do that and get the out.
Renato Nunez, the third baseman, is 1 for his last 20. And he will look at a strike. Chris Sale faced Texas just 1 time last year. That was at Fenway in May, and he beat them. He went 7 1/3, gave up 3 runs, 6 hits, struck out 6. He's already halfway to that today, and it's only the second inning. Red Sox up by a run. Another strike. Nunez with only 3 hits and 26 at bats. Mazara and Profar aboard. Sale working with Sandy Leon. Looking for his 4th punch out. And just a little bit too high, apparently.
You know, watching Leon give signs with the man at second base, and you know, ever since you've cut down on the trips to the mound, you're seeing a lot of different types of ways to give signs. Now he's giving fingers first, and then he's going to parts of his body, so it could be either one that they're using. And he'll go down first, and go start with his body right there, then the fingers, so it's hard to tell which one he's using.
1-2. Got him. 97 to strike him out. Number 4 for Chris Sale.
Fastball that time as he read back. He picks up number 4 on the afternoon. Fastball elevated in the strike zone away from Nunez.
So 1 man gone for Ryan Rua, the left fielder, hitting only 200 with 1 home run. Middle of the 3rd inning. We'll be live with Alex Cora from the dugout. Out and 2 on, and well outside for ball 1. Red Sox are 13-5 on the road, and 11-4 at Fenway. The best in the majors, 24-9. Sale looking for a ground ball right at somebody. Weave and a miss. That one disappeared, that changeup. So the split on the change and the fastball, 88 to 98. The lanky lefty with a 1-1. That fastball's popping.
It really is. 97, 98 consistently from the first pitch of the ball game.
He hit the first batter he faced in this inning. That's Mazzara. Profar got a bit of a bleeder of a single to right field. He has struck out Nunez. And line foul. Not as big a crowd today as we had last night, at over 35,000 in last night's game. Still impressed to see so many Red Sox fans.
We get to have personal conversations with them too, is because that booth was located. They just kind of walk right in front, you know, and they just want to talk.
Toss a baseball, get an autograph, find out how Jerry's doing. 1-2, he blows him away. There's another strikeout. 2 down.
Already 5 now in the game for Sale. This time it's on a fastball. In the first inning, all 3 strikeouts came on his slider. In the second inning, both strikeouts have come on the fastball.
But when it's rising like that, 97, 98 miles an hour, just devastating. By the way, Max Scherzer has 15 strikeouts today against Philadelphia. So something in the air. As you mentioned, 5 already for the Sox left-hander. Here's Guzman. He's hitting just 196 with 1 home run, the first baseman. Strikeouts with the order of business for the Red Sox last night was 17. None bigger than the 2 rung up by Joe Kelly.
And we talked about that in the open, how the bullpen came in and was just no contact. I mean, Embry, Kelly.
Kelly came on with the bases loaded and 1 out in the 8th inning. The game was in the balance. It was on the line. And he stranded all 3. He fanned Gallo swinging and Profar looking, which was a great battle between those 2. Breaking ball that just missed. 2-1. Zara and Profar aboard. So with a long look into Sandy Leon. And Time is granted the hitter. Two one to Guzman.
Oh, that's filthy. That slider has been something special for him here in the early going. The slider and the fastball, and also the changeup. All three pitches.
There's a 20-mile-an-hour difference.
Yeah.
Between the slider and the fastball.
Starts with the change-off grip and will make the adjustment in his glove.
Ground ball to third. A little bobble by Devers. Finds it. Flings it. Going to be close, safe. And the bases are going to be loaded. The bobble cost him. It'll be an error on Devers.
Error number 8 on the season for Rafael down at third base. Very close play at first, but good hustle down the line by Guzman. The ball was right at the right foot of Devers. He didn't have to go very far to pick it up, but it gave the runner just enough time. It was hustling all the way down the line to beat it out.
And you can see he was definitely safe. No challenge on that, so they're all filled up. Here's Perez, the catcher. He just picked him up off waivers from Atlanta. He's landed here in Texas. That happened on Wednesday. He was 3 for 21 with the Braves. No place to put him though, and 2 down. Red Sox ahead 1-0. That's a strike. Even though he jumped back on a changeup, it caught the corner. So Mazzara at third, Profar at second, Guzman the runner at first. A ball and a strike on the 9-hitter. Sale has hit a batter. He's allowed a single, and Devers has committed an error in the inning. Sale trying to get free of this mess. Perez, a .221 career hitter in the major leagues. Good throwing catcher. And 1-1. He's got it. Sale caught it. Line shot up the middle, and he hauls it in to freeze him at first, second, and third.
Well, the Red Sox lead at 1-0. The reason it's still a 0 for Texas, this line shot caught by Chris Sale heading up the middle. He's able to get himself back in position. Quick reactions.
Our high strength steel play brought to you by New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado. So they leave him loaded. So as a finalist for the Gold Glove last year, he's always been an exceptionally good fielding pitcher. And that'll be in there for strike 3. So Benintendi not really happy with Dan Bellino back there. He is called out on strikes, 1 away as Pfister gets a K.
It's a changeup, it looks like, and it looked to me like it was a pretty good pitch. Benintendi's certainly frustrated by the call, but on replay, it looked like a good pitch.
Like it was on the edge.
Yeah.
Martinez walked his first time up. JD hitting .344 with 7 home runs. Sox got a run in the first inning. Mookie Betts scored that before he had to step aside eventually after getting drilled by a throw at second base. And we'll be talking to Alex Cora in between innings. That'll be the first thing we ask about. It'll be Mookie's condition. Pfister working a little too quickly for Martinez.
Yeah, Pfister didn't like that too. He thought that call was too late.
JD's hit safely in 7 in a row. How about this hitting streak too? 14 for 29. Drove in a run last night in the 7th inning to tie the game. Been getting a lot of key hits late after the 7th inning. Moreland on deck. And the 3-1. Hard hit and a base hit. Make it 8 in a row. Rua racing to cut it. He bobbles it. Martinez trying to take advantage. He slides in safely. Rua had some trouble with that. He didn't get to it cleanly. And the Sox have a man in scoring position.
Yeah, I think this still might go as a double. We'll see. I know he bobbled the ball in the outfield, but it looked like it was going to be 2 bases anyway. That ball down and in and really hit hard by Martinez. Now he's running hard right down the line. That ball didn't get very far at all from Rua, and it was not even close at second base. Watch Martinez go hard. He's thinking 2 bases, and it will go as a double.
Second double of the day for the Red Sox. That one fouled away by Moreland. He has the first one. So an 8-game hitting streak and 15 for 30 on it. Seeing the ball awfully well. Xander Bogaerts on deck. Sox trying to add to their lead, and that's inside. Mitch Moreland has 3 home runs in as many games since Monday. He's gone 8 for 13 in that span with 5 RBIs. So he and Martinez going great guns right now. That'll be drilled in for strike.
So far, everything inside on this particular at bat to Moreland, all 3 pitches. All 2-seam fastballs.
Just do it a 1-2. Hit gently to third. Nunez will have it. Runner holding at second. And Moreland retired. Martinez could not move up.
The Tuesday at 6, don't miss Red Sox first pitch presented by Joseph Abboud, available at Men's Warehouse. TC Wake and Steve will preview the series against the New York Yankees.
Xander Bogaerts now, he's 0 for 1. Sox have out hit Texas 4-1. Xander hitting .333 with 3 homers. So far 2 for 12 in the series. Had another double though last night. He has 10 of them. There's a shot for a base hit through the hole. Martinez to third. They're going to wave him in. Rua throwing to the plate, and he will score down to second base. is Xander Bogaerts, and the Red Sox are on top 2-0.
Now that's where you have to know the arms of the outfielders, because at first I did not think they were going to send J.D. Martinez. I mean, he had this ball before Martinez was at third base, and Fabulous waits a long time. Look at that. And then finally waves him in, and the throw's not even close. It's way offline. Perez wanted to come up and throw to second base, but not a good throw at all by Ruhr out there in left field. If he makes a good throw, they got Martinez at home.
So Martinez motoring around to score the second run. It brings up Devers. It's a base hit, and Bogaerts takes second on the throw home.
You know, it's interesting. In the old days, when teams took infield, third base coaches used to sit in the dugout and watch how the outfielders were throwing, see if they were throwing, good, or they had a sore arm or whatever. Obviously now a lot of that's done on videotape because they don't take infield anymore. So you've got to know the strength of the arms of the outfielders or the third base coach, so you can make decisions like Fabulous just made.
And taking advantage of a weak arm. Fly ball popped down the right field line. That one headed right down into foul territory, and Kiner Falefa slamming into the short fence. Made a strong effort. Little golf shot by Rafael Devers there.
Yeah, that was like a little 9-iron, wasn't it? Chipping up on the green. Grown man hit that ball. Look at this.
And a strong guy.
Yeah. Look at this. He's shooting for the cup.
1-2. High fly center field. He shields with space though. And the Red Sox have taken a 2-0 lead with another run here in the third inning. We'll be talking to Alex Cora in a moment. Time for a look at the road ahead presented by People's United Bank. And the Yankees are next after the off day on Monday. 3 there in New York. And the trip will continue at 3 against the Toronto Blue Jays before the Red Sox head on back home for a nice lengthy homestand. Just those 3 games against Tampa Bay and then right back against the Atlanta Braves, who are having a really fine season at 19 and 13, and they're in first place by a game over Philadelphia. Red Sox with the lead here behind Chris Sale, who has been very sharp, throwing 97, 98 miles an hour. The Red Sox have lost Mookie Betts for the rest of the day. However, Mookie had to come out after he got drilled by a throw down there at second base. Delighted to be joined by Alex Cora. And first of all, Alex, thanks for being with us. Can you give us an update on Mookie?
He didn't feel right on that last at bat, so we decided to take him out. As you know, it's a long season, and hopefully he can get treatment today and tomorrow, and he'll be back hopefully Tuesday.
How much did having another day off coming up, a day off on Monday, factor into that?
You know how I'm a big fan of off days, so
That's right. And wanted to ask you too about replay review in that process. Do you think it needs a little tweaking right now as far as the time you need to be allotted to make a decision? Some managers are talking about that right now. They're getting caught a little. You have not been, but are you fearful you might?
No, I learned about the process last year when I was a bench coach. You have plenty of time. It doesn't matter, the replays. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but I think the people that work with it inside in the clubhouse, they have plenty of time to make the decision.
Alex, one more question. This is Jerry. It looks like Sale today. A couple of things I've noticed in the last 2 starts. One today, his velocity's up. He's 97, 98. The other thing, that his slider has really got some downward movement to it.
He worked on it on the slider. I think with the fastball, there were a lot of questions about his fastball the last 2 days, so I think he's trying to let everybody know that his fastball is there whenever he feels like it.
Alex, thanks very much.
Take care, guys.
Alex Cora with us today. Red Sox with a 2-0 lead, and Rafael Devers made that final out on the fly ball to center field after that nifty golf shot down the right field line. Delino DeShields will lead things off here. He struck out in the first inning, and 1 of 5 that Chris Sale has fanned so far in the early going. They'll be followed by Chu and then Kiner Falefa. They will appeal, but no swing, says Phil Cuzzy. DeShields a .302 hitter, 3 for 7 lifetime against Sale.
That's how we got him back in the first inning on a slider like that. Now he gets to swing and miss to run the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
One, two, and can't put him away with that slider.
And it tries it again.
Three and two, hasn't walked anybody, but he did hit a batter leading off the second inning. Trying to fan to Shields for the second time. And up the middle, it'll be a base hit. So he's not hit safely in 10 in a row.
Well, last time Sale got him on a slider. This time Shields wins the battle on the slider. See the 10-game hitting streak that he's on right now, 390. That's pretty impressive. And it's a career high 10-game hitting
He
streak.
can run 2 4 stolen bases.
Yeah.
Shin-Soo Choo whiffed in the first inning to make him 2 for 24 against the left-hander. Sox up 2-zip in the third, and he'll check, and it's in there for a strike. Choo in the series 3 for 13 against the Red Sox pitching staff. Although he has reached base in 6 consecutive games, he will take a walk. And the 0-2. He blew him away. Choo fans for the second time. That's number 6 for Chris Sale.
That's his challenge time right here. A high fastball. Goes it right by him. So he struck him out twice today. Once on a slider, that time the fastball.
Isaiah Kiner-Falefa also struck out looking in the first inning. He is 0 for his last 9, 1 for his last 16. And he gets Chris Sale throwing 97, 98 miles an hour today. The Shields off first with 1 gone. Not running, and that's rolled foul. Red Sox season ticket plans provide fans with the best seats, price, and benefits the Sox have to offer. Plans start at 10 games. For more information, visit redsox.com/season tickets or call 877-RED SOX 9. One pitch.
A longer look that time at first base by Sale to try to, something so DeShields can't time him on how quickly he's going to the plate.
Omar Mazzara on deck. And the 2-1. Oh, he's got him picked. DeShields trying to get in. The throw is not a good one. Off target. He's going to get safely into second base.
Now that's what you do when you get picked off. You don't get caught in a rundown. Just go, and you hope for either for the ball to hit you in the back or a bad throw. And the Shields that time, no contest. It was not a good throw from Moreland, as he has to come in, pick it, and then make the throw. And you could see how he had to throw around the run of that time, and that's why the throw was off target.
His 5th steal of the season. And Kiner-Falefa with an RBI chance here. The runner down to second. And gone to 3-1 on him. Last 4 times that Sale has pitched against Texas, he's been outstanding. A 1.59 ERA, 42 strikeouts in 28 1/3 innings. And at one point he went 22 innings without being scored on in there. 3-1. And he's going to walk him, so that'll put runners at first and second.
Tonight on Charlie Moore Outdoors, the mad fisherman heads to Fort Collins, Colorado. The airline loses all of his fishing gear. Will he make it to the water? Find out tonight at 8 on Charlie Moore Outdoors.
We're betting the ranch that he does.
Well, they've lost it like a week and a half ago, so they have to have found it by now.
By now, even the airlines, right?
Yeah.
Well, a couple of men on from Azara, hit by a pitch in the second inning. He tends to hit back. 285, 7 home runs for an emerging star for the Rangers. He homered in a career high 4 in a row until last night when he was hitless. Left-hand hitter, but he's been pretty tough against lefties. He has 5 extra base hits against lefties. DeShields at second and Kiner Falefa at first. Sox up by 2.
And just a wave at that slider right there.
Beautiful sunny day here in Texas. Going to be tough to leave this, though the weather is supposed to be very pleasant in New York for the entire series against the Yankees coming up.
No, it's nothing personal, but
yeah,
I'm looking forward to leaving.
Cut on and missed, and he puts away Mazzara for number 7.
There's with the breaking ball that time. That's the pitch he hit him on back in the second inning. This time he strikes him out with the slider away. He threw a couple of nasty sliders away from him for the strikeout.
The Red Sox on NESN brought to you in part by Ace Ticket. Bruins and Celtics playoff tickets are available to all games at TD Garden. Visit aceticket.com right now.
Yeah, you know, when I say I'm anxious to leave, 4-game series seem like forever for a baseball team. They do.
I agree. I agree.
So used to 3-game series, and then you're out of town. And
yeah, we better settle into New York. We're going to be there a while too.
yeah, they're 4 days also.
Profile of the batter. He singled in the second. So the last 2 innings, Sale has been in some trouble. He had the bases loaded in the second, and he got out of that with a line drive back at him that he caught to retire the side. Now runners at first and second. The switch hitter Profar will take outside. Sale with 7 strikeouts, 1 walk. He's hit a batter. He's allowed Texas 2 hits. Ground ball, Devers. He'll charge that. Has it. Throws. Did he hold the bag? He's safe. So not a good throw. Devers makes his second error of the ball game.
Yeah, Moreland just could not keep contact with the bag over at first base. They may take a look at this. We'll see. There's the throw sailing on Devers, and let's see if Moreland has contact with the first base bag when he catches it. Not there, but does he get back? He gets back. Yeah, it looks like he gets back in time.
Thought he did. And they are going to take a look. So this play is under review. And Bogart's consoling him.
Here's another look at it, and you'll see that he clearly pulls Moreland off the bag, but watch his foot go back to the bag, and does it get there before? It does. So that should be an out at first base.
I don't think this is going to take very long.
Shouldn't.
I certainly think this should be reversed. So Cuzzy made the call at first base, but it looked like he got that toe back to the base.
I agree.
Yep, already reaching for the headset. And he is out. So Chris Sale gets out of the inning. No E5 on that one. Moreland really helped. Communities, and that's why we're proud to contribute to the Red Sox Foundation, which has distributed more than $95 million to provide kids and families in need with health, education, recreation, and social services. A couple of times the Rangers have been knocking on that door, unable to break through. Moreland with a big help with that toe back to the bag as they reverse the call at first base. So Nunez leads off here in the fourth. Nunez is grounded out. He swings and misses there. Bradley on deck. Sandy Leon after him.
Big slow curveball that time from Fister. I think this is the first time we've seen that pitch in the game tonight or this afternoon.
Hard shot into left, but it hangs up, and Rua is there to make the play. One away.
Tonight at 10 p.m. on NESN Sports Today, we'll have a full recap of today's Sox game, plus highlights and reaction from Game 5 of the Lightning Bruins playoff series. NESN Sports Today is presented by People's United Bank, where the technology is as helpful as the people.
Jackie Bradley 0 for 1, caught looking on a third strike. 1 for 9 in the series. And no question, in a pretty deep slump at the moment. Trying to fight his way out here in Texas. Fister as quick as ever. Doug has had some excellent years in his career. 2013 with the Tigers, he went 14-9. 2014 with the Nationals, 16-6. Routine ground ball, and Profar will sling on too high, and he's safe at first base. So a sloppy play by Profar. That's an E6.
And they may look at this. Let's take a look, wait and see, because they're looking at the phone. And when they look at the phone, they're looking for maybe a replay. They want to look at it. Does he come back down in the bag or tag him before he gets to the bag? He didn't come back down on it with his foot. The question is, did he tag him?
So this play is under review. Jackie ruled safe at first base on the error, but we'll see now.
I think the whole question is, did he tag him before the foot got to the bag? That's what we're looking at, or they're looking at. Let's take another look. Foot not there yet. Is the tag? I think the tag was on the helmet.
Yes.
Knocked his helmet off. I think that's going to hold up as an out.
is out. Take away the error, and they reverse that call. Jackie Bradley is now 0 for 2 on a strikeout and a 6-3 instead of an E6.
Cousins having a rough time down there, isn't he, at first base today?
Missed 2 of them. So that'll send up Sandy Leon with the bases empty. He had a base hit up the middle in the second. Sox up 2-0. They've out hit them 5-2. Word on Mookie Betts officially is a right shoulder contusion. The result of getting drilled on that shoulder on the throw. And our thanks to Alex Cora joining us live inside the dugout. Off day tomorrow. That'll really help Mookie, you would think. And the series with the Yankees gets underway Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Pitching matchups for that series are Drew Pomeranz against Severino, David Price against Tanaka, and Rick Porcello against Sabathia. And that'll be ball 4, so Sandy Leon is on for the second time. MLB at Bat is your #1 Red Sox app. You can customize your experience to catch every moment. Get Red Sox home screen icons and more. Download MLB at Bat today. So Blake Swihart will bat for the first time here this afternoon, hitting in Mookie's spot, the leadoff position. He has yet to get a bunch of at bats in a row. Play several games in a row. It's been very much spot duty for Swihart.
Tough job.
Hitting 136 at the moment. He went 1 for 2 with a single and a run. Two and 1. Popped up, and that'll drift foul on a play. 2 down and a man on. This is a trip home for Blake Swihart, native Texan. In fact, grew up in Bedford, Texas, not far from here. Benintendi on deck, and the 2-2 will not be made. Back in safely, Sandy Leon.
Bedford, Texas could be two hours from here, and they'd say it's not far from here, right?
Exactly. Right.
Everything's close to Dallas.
That's a hop, skip, and a jump. 2 hours. Line into right field for a base hit. Leon taking off, rounding. He's heading into third. Here's the throw by Mazzara, the tag, and he is out at third.
The problem here is, you can't have the last man thrown out at third base with 2 outs. It just can't happen, and you got to know the speed of Leon, which is not very good. So the Red Sox kind of run themselves out of an inning there. You're at second base, you're in scoring position. You got to be absolutely sure. You got to be sure you can stand up at third base on that.
And Mazar, a pretty darn strong arm out there in right field. So he cuts him down. Last half of the 4th inning, 2-zip Boston. That'll send up Nunez, Rua, and Guzman against Chris Sale, who has struck out 7. He's allowed only 2 hits. Nunez just 3 for 27 on the season. Ryan Rua on deck, and the 0-1. Little floater towards center field. That's going to dunk down for a base hit. So Nunez is on with a soft single. Let's get out to Garrett.
Well, Obie, I was talking with Mitch Moreland about being back at Globe Life Park, and he said that first time you come back, it's a little bit awkward going into the visitors clubhouse, but the second time, not really, although it is great to see some familiar faces. A lot has been made about Moreland's relationship with Rafael Devers and how he's been mentoring him, and Moreland told me that there were a lot of guys in the Rangers clubhouse who helped him. He said #1, Michael Young. He said he also had a lot of conversations with Mike Napoli, and he said the guy who really had a huge impact on him was Adrian Beltre, and he still keeps in touch with him all the time. And guys said there's a lot of great veterans in that clubhouse who helped him pave the way.
Little comebacker, Sale trying for 2 in a second, got 1 back to first, double play. So 2 down here in the 4th. Xander taking a seat on the play in second.
Yeah, nice throw here by Sale. He gets a comebacker. He's made a couple of good plays in this game. It's a little bit off target, but still, it takes Bogarts away from the runner. And he's still able to make the double play right there. Nice play. Sale's made a couple of dandies in this game. That the line drive back to him, and now a decent throw to second base so they can complete the double play.
So base is empty for Guzman. Reached on an error by Devers his first time up. Very quickly, 0-2 on a number 8 hitter.
He continues to barrel that fastball in there at 97.
He is enjoying the warm weather. The 0-2 went with a breaking ball, but just missed. 7 strikeouts for the 6'6" left-hander. Trying to get Guzman here. And a swing and a miss, and he does. He put him away for his 8th strikeout. Benintendi with a pop into center field, and DeShields plenty of time to get there. One pitch and one out to begin the 5th inning with the Red Sox in front here 2-0. And when hip and knee pain force you to sit out, make sure you visit the joint replacement experts at Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. Visit bidmc.org. So Pfister gets his first man in the 5th. He has not retired JD Martinez. JD with a walk and a double. On the scoreboard today, Toronto snuck by Tampa Bay 2-1. The Yankees won 7-4 over Cleveland. Torres with a 3-run walk-off homer in the 9th inning for the Yankees. Kansas City leads the Detroit Tigers 4-2 there in the 9th inning. Colorado beat the Mets 3-2. Shot into center field, but DeShields backs up a little bit to snatch that. 2 up and 2 down. Time for a game break brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Here's Tom Caron. All right, TC, thank you very much. Here's Mitch Moreland, an RBI double and a ground out today. Dribbles that one back to Pfister, and he's going to have a very quick inning. Red Sox go 1-2-3. The Red Sox fell to Minnesota. That was a slugfest, 15-8. Ryan Domit led the Twins attack with 3 hits and 3 RBIs. Sox in front on this gorgeous Sunday afternoon here in Texas by Chris Sale. Very Sale-like performance with 8 strikeouts and only 3 hits. He has been dominant. Here's Carlos Perez. He ripped the line drive in the 2nd inning up the middle, but Sale caught it with the bases loaded, and they failed to score in that inning. He shut him down. They had a couple of base runners in the 3rd, another one in the 4th, but they have yet to push across a run. Sale has had the full arsenal going. Fouled away, and the count 0-2 on the number 9 hitter.
Yeah, back-to-back changeups to the number 9 hitter to quickly get ahead.
Red Sox lost Mookie Betts today after just a couple of at-bats. After he was drilled on the right shoulder by a throw from the first baseman while sliding into second. Right shoulder contusion. He just got a piece of that. Perez did to hang in there. So more precautionary than anything else, Alex Cora told us live from the dugout in the third inning. And with a day off coming up on Monday, extra time to heal up. 2-strike pitch from Sale. He strikes him out. His 9th of the day.
Well, his slider today has been off the charts. The best one he's had all season long. And you can see how much they're breaking down in the zone, sweeping away from the left-hander, picking up the outside corner. Another slider to the left-hander away. I mean, it's been awesome today for him.
Number 9, his season high is 10. His career high is 15. He's gotten DeShields once. DeShields also with a base hit, so he's 1 for 2. Chu on deck. Here's the 0-1. Up on him, 2 strikes. How many guys already today has he been ahead 0-2 on?
Yeah, it seems like almost everybody that's going up there.
Two-strike pitch. Made him dance a little bit, and in fact it hit him. It got him on the foot. So DeShields has been struck by the pitch. Second man that Sale has hit today. Also got Mazzara in the second inning.
Yeah, got him on a slider too. Both guys hit on the slider. Mazzara and now DeShields. That ball just comes back and hits him on the right foot.
DeShields with 5 stolen bases. He's the runner. Shin-Soo Choo has struck out 2 times, 0 for 2. Sale has thrown 13 first pitch strikes here this afternoon. Choo has been up 25 times in his career against the left-hander Chris Sale. He has 2 hits. Down, 1 on. Fouled it off himself there. And another 0-2 count. Red Sox 24-9 record, tied for the franchise second best start through 33 games. 1946, Red Sox went 26-7. 2002, 24-9. Oh, 2 runner goes. And a pop-up. Runner went all the way down to second. In on it, Benintendi. He'll make the catch. DeShields retreating to first base. And there are 2 gone.
Don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings Live right after the game. TC Eck and Steve will break down key plays of the game, and you'll hear from Chris Sale and Alex Cora. Whatever, whenever, wherever, who but WB Mason.
Isaiah Kiner-Falefa has gone 0 for 1 with a walk. He was caught looking on a 3rd strike in the first inning. Rookie made his major league debut earlier this season. From Honolulu. And a cut and a miss for strike 1. The slider has been amazing. The changeup has been in the same league. And he's been throwing 97, 98. He's racked up 9 strikeouts with 2 out in the 5th. Runner takes off. Here's the throw. He's safe. DeShields with his second stolen base of the day.
Gets a very good jump. You know, that's twice he's gone, so he's got Sale figured out. And you know what? Sale's a big guy, tall guy. It takes kind of lanky, and it takes him a while to get the ball to home plate. So if you guess right with him, you got a chance to steal a base. And why would you sit around against a guy like Chris Sale when he's throwing like this? I mean, try to make something happen.
1-1 to count on Kiner Falefa. Omar Mazzara on deck, their hottest hitter, their best hitter. Ideally, Sale wants to save him for next inning and not have to deal with him here in the 5th. 2-0 Sox. That one ate him up. 2-2. Again, a nasty slider.
You know, it's like they're reading fastball, and all of a sudden it's breaking, and it's breaking down in the dirt, and it's just not seeing it well.
Next one will be his 80th pitch. DeShields at second. Off speed away at 79 miles an hour, but that one fills up the count. He's walked one man, and that was this hitter in the 3rd inning. He's hit 2 batters, only 3 hits. Sale with a 3-2. Ground ball to first and picked off by Moreland. He'll go to the base himself to retire the side. Top of the 6th inning, and Xander Bogaerts to lead it off. He has an RBI single today, 1 for 2 against Doug Fister. Mentioned that Doug did get a start for the Red Sox in the postseason last year in the division series against Houston. That was Game 3 at Fenway. No decision, but he only lasted an inning and a third in that one. Gave up 3 runs, but the Red Sox went on to win 10-3. It was their only victory in that division series.
A lot of foul balls today off the foot, ankles, legs, by both sides.
1-2 on Bogarts. Rafael Devers and Eduardo Nunez due up in the inning. 6 hits for Boston and 3 for the Rangers. Cut on and missed. He strikes him out. Got him chasing. Don't miss a game, especially when the Red Sox are on the road. You can import the NESN Red Sox schedule on any device for alerts 15 minutes prior to the game. Visit NESN.com/schedule. Presented by Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of the Red Sox in Major League Baseball. Devers is grounded out and flied out. Rafael 0 for 2. Lashes and fouls that one. Homer twice on Friday here. His second career game-winning home run. And he will quickly take a seat as he strikes out looking against Pfister. 2 up and 2 down.
Tuesday at 6:30, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live presented by DCU. TC, Wake, and Steve will preview Tuesday's matchup between Drew Pomerantz and Luis Severino. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you?
Nunez 0 for 2. He's grounded out and he's lined to left.
Talk about contrast in styles in this game. Both guys pitching very well. Vista, the finesse guy. Sale, the overpowering fastball slider changeup guy. I mean, it's only a 2-0 ball game.
And it's throwback baseball because both of them just get it and throw it. There's no messing around. And they both throw a ton of strikes. Base is empty, 2 away. All even on Eduardo. Bradley waiting on deck, hoping for an opportunity to hit in the inning, but Pfister right back at it. And there's a base hit through the hole. That'll roll into left field, so the Red Sox with a single from Nunez with 2 down.
And Nunez got a breaking ball that time. Looked like maybe a curveball off the outside part of the plate and hooked it for that base hit between third and short. Ball was supposed to be inside. It stays away. And there's the base hit with 2 outs. Get Bradley to the plate. See if he can do some damage.
Jackie 1 for 10 in the series. Two out and a man on. And Pfister from the set.
Another guy dancing out of the way.
Seven hits now for Boston. A couple of those for extra bases. JD Martinez has a double. So does Mitch Moreland. And a dive back in for Nunez. Been a lot of home runs in the series, but nothing today. Andrew Benintendi was talking about it after the first couple of games. He said the ball really carries in this ballpark.
And wait till it gets warm and muggy. It's warm today, but it's not humid. It really flies.
Pfister a slightly different tempo with men on base. A wave and a miss. So a ball and 2 strikes on JBJ.
That was like slow pitch softball, wasn't it? I mean, that's how slow that curveball was.
Man on, 2 out and a 1-2. And that one's going to get him. Another hit batsman. So the Red Sox will have runners at first and second as Jackie Bradley gets nailed.
He had nowhere to go. Couldn't jump out of the way. Just turns and takes it off the back of the leg.
So 3-hit batsman in the contest. That'll bring up Sandy Leon. Been on base twice today, a single and a walk. Also thrown out at third base. On a throw by the right fielder Mazzara. Blake Swihart on deck, filling in for Mookie Betts the rest of the day. Mookie out with a right shoulder contusion after he singled and flied out. He was hit by a throw from the first baseman. Mookie was. There's a swing and a drive onto right field. That one carrying deep. Mazzara back, and it is gone. Sandy Leon with his first of the season. It's a 3-run shot. All of this happening with 2 down. And the Red Sox lead it 5-0. Number 1 for Sandy, and he makes it count.
Now, last time up, he got thrown out at third base. He said, I'll make up the difference this time. A 3-run shot. No question about it when it left the bat. So Leon's got 2 hits today and has also walked in the game. Take a look at the pitch that Leon gets. Looks like a fastball right down the middle.
He put a swing on it. In there for a strike on Blake Swihart. Blake trying to attack here. He comes up empty. He's got a base hit. One-two deflected. Kiner Falefa with it. Throws and gets him at first base to retire the side, but the Red Sox come up with 3 more and lead it 5-0. For every Red Sox homer. And don't forget, all summer long you can stop by your local Speedway and quench your thirst with a refreshing Speedy Freeze.
Now Sandy Leon giving the Red Sox a comfortable lead in this one as he takes one deep out in the right field. 3-run shot. Leon picks up his 3rd, 4th, and 5th RBI in the season. He's been on base 3 times today. Actually, a single, a walk, and then a 3-run home run.
Well, first home run by a Red Sox catcher this season. Sandy Leon gets it, and it's a 3-run blast. So more support for Chris Sale. Now 5-0 Red Sox. So we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Mazzara to lead things off. Meanwhile, Chris Sale has struck out 9. And he has allowed 3 hits to Texas. None of them by Mazzara. He's been hit by a pitch and he has struck out as well. pumped in there at 97. He's been consistently at 97 all day. This is not good news for the rest of the American League. His best velocity of any start this season.
And his best slider.
Also had a very good changeup. And he puts him away very quickly.
Yeah, there's the slider again. It's making him look real bad on that pitch today.
Number 10.
Got him on a slider last time. That same thing here in the 6th inning.
So he has matched his season high. Of 10 strikeouts, which he did against Oakland on the road. Over the top of Chris Sale, takes some doing. Nunez will get him anyway. 2 up and 2 down. Get excited, America. Dunkin' Go-Tos are here. 2 breakfast sandwiches for $2, $3, or $5. America runs on Dunkin'. Participation may vary. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Now Renato Nunez, who has struck out and singled. The strike ones, whether they're taken or swinging, have been piling up for Sale. We saw that over and over again last year. 17 first pitch strikes here into the 6th inning. And it feels like just as many 0-2 counts. Pretty remarkable. Jesse Chavez throwing in their bullpen. Red Sox just got Doug Fister for a 3-run homer by Sandy Leon. Here's the 1-2. Wave and a miss, and number 11 for Chris Sale. Absolutely cooking. That's a season high. Seventh inning, Red Sox ahead 5-0. Torn into but fouled by Benintendi. Andrew in this one 0 for 3. He has moved over to center field when the Red Sox shuffled the defensive outfield. Mookie Betts had to depart because of that contusion on the right shoulder. to fouled away. Alex Cora has been talking about how they have pitched Andrew Benintendi this season. He said they're definitely pitching him differently than they did in spring training, when every pitch was up in the zone and the inner third of the plate, and he didn't miss it. You see, he made a good adjustment last week going the other way. That's going to be in there for strike 3. But he's had a quiet day here this afternoon. He is 0 for 4. CVS Health investing $50 million over 5 years to extend their commitment to helping people lead tobacco-free lives. You can learn more at cvshealth.com/be-the-first. So Pfister working into the 7th. He gets JD Martinez now. JD got him with a double in the 3rd. 1 for 2. Moreland on deck. Fly ball right field deep. Mazzara back. He's at the wall. He leaps up. He can't get it. That ball is gone. JD with number 8. And the Red Sox in back-to-back innings with home runs off Pfister.
Now this ballpark was kind of made for the stroke of JD Martinez. That ball really carries out to right field. When the ball left the bat, you know, at Fenway, that's not gone. Here, home run. Zara jumps. He can't make the play. So Leone and now Martinez with home runs. And Fitz is done for the day.
Lineup.
Stay on top of the latest Red Sox news with NESN's free Red Sox text alerts. From breaking news to in-game alerts, NESN will make sure you're in the know. To sign up, just text Red Sox to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply.
Now Martinez continues to hit the cover off it with this long hitting streak, and with power in it too. You got to figure as it continues to warm up, when we get back home to Fenway Park, that will continue. 2 for 5 with an RBI last night. He's now hit safely in 8 consecutive games. He's batting over 500. As you look at Doug Pfister's pitching line, 103 pitches and 6 earned runs. Bases empty now for Moreland, who has doubled in a run. He's gone 1 for 3. Sox in front here 6-0. And on the outside corner says Dan Bellino. 1 out and another run in. Sox trying to win for the 25th time this season. A victory and the Sox would be 25-9. And Alex Cora's team would take this series 3-1. Still some work to be done here this afternoon, but in great shape. Here's the 1-2 and smoked the other way, but foul.
A little different velocity the Red Sox are seeing now from Chavez. He was 92 with that last fastball. Pfister, of course, not a hard thrower, a finesse pitcher.
One, two. Hard hit for a base hit into left field. So Moreland with a 2-hit day. Another multi-hit afternoon for Mitch Moreland.
A nice job going to the opposite field that time by Moreland. He got a breaking ball, and a lot of times he'll pull that, but that time he just serves it to the opposite field for the base hit. So Moreland's had a good day. A double, a drive, and a run. Now a single in the 7th. Nice play at first base. Couple of nice plays at first base. Continues to play well.
Sox up to 10 hits. And one of those by Xander Bogaerts. He had an RBI single in the 3rd, 1 for 3 today. Red Sox have had to play most of the day without Mookie Betts. But have scored nonetheless. And a 1-0. Fouled off on a play. Back to that play involving Mookie in the very first inning.
That's going to be the right shoulder that's going to end up being the problem for him as the throw hits him. That Payne must have shot down to his wrist because that's what he was holding at first, but it's the right shoulder.
Roll toward third base along the line, but foul. So Xander will come on back. I think you're right. I think that's exactly what happened. That Payne must have shot right down to the wrist and the hand.
It seemed like because he grabbed his wrist right away, and they were fooling around with that for a while, and then all of a sudden, you know, we saw Mookie out there with his shoulder that would, you know, started to loosen it up as he was going out to the outfield. And I saw him playing catch with Jackie Bradley. He was having big time trouble throwing.
Yeah,
so that's the problem. It's the right shoulder.
Nice little cupcake you get going there. One bite in. Commercial breaks coming. And 1-2. Hammered foul by Xander Bogaerts. Moreland on a run in on a home run by Martinez. Carson Smith loosening up in the bullpen for Boston. And a 1-2. Enjoy the Fenway experience with your group in 2018. Red Sox group outings perfect for entertaining clients, school outings, and more. Visit redsox.com/groups for more information. Seventh inning, Red Sox in command here. And a 1-2. Mentioned Xander now at 10 doubles at his 10th last night. Despite the fact he missed 15 games, he still ranks 6th in the American League in doubles. Measure of how hot he was before that ankle injury. 1-2. One man out. Red Sox ahead 6-0. Sox struck right away in the first inning. Mookie Betts scoring a run, got another run in the 3rd. Scored 3 times in the 6th inning on a home run by Sandy Leon. And now J.D. Martinez is homered here in the 7th.
Tried to put Bogaerts away there with 2 strikes the way they did last time with a curveball. Last time it was Pfister, but this time Chavez misses with it.
Moreland off the bag at first, and a 2-2. Lob foul. He's really battling here.
Yeah, another curveball.
Next one will be the 10th pitch of the at bat. Bogaerts hanging in there. 2-2 once again. High fly ball lifted into left, pretty well hit. Rua's back. He's going back all the way to the track, and he'll make an adjustment and make the catch. Moreland heading back into first base. And sent that for a ride, just not deep enough. Well, the Reds currently sit third in the Premier League standings, but Jurgen Klopp's team is looking to climb to the top of the table. Catch NESN's encore presentation of Liverpool against Chelsea tomorrow night at 7. Two down. Rafael Devers has gone 0 for 3. He's grounded out, flied out, and struck out today. Two men gone. Got jammed right to the first baseman, Guzman. And that'll be it for the Red Sox. But JD Martinez adds another, his 8th home run of the season. And the Sox are now in front 6-0 here in Texas. We're going to keep it right here for God Bless America in a moment.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise and direct your attention to the area behind home plate and welcome Brent Kern. In honor of all the veterans who have served our country, the servicemen and women who are currently stationed at home and around the world, Brent Kern will now perform God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Brought to you by Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of the Red Sox in Major League Baseball. The all-new Subaru Ascent featuring all-wheel drive and 3 rows of seats. Love is now bigger than ever this spring. And by Telescope Casual Furniture. For your outdoor furniture needs, take a closer look at telescopecasual.com. Lovely day here in Texas, particularly for the Red Sox on top 6-0 here in the 7th inning. Chris Sale has been dynamite. His pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. Season high 11 strikeouts and just 3 hits over 6 innings.
Has also done a good job today fielding his position. He got a line drive early in the game, right back at him for the 3rd out. And then he also started a double play, a 1-6-3 double play as he spins off the mound. Little tail on that fastball to Bogarts, but gets it over there and picks up the double play.
And one of his strikeout victims was this man, Ryan Rua. And that double play was also Rua. So he's not having any fun against Sale today. Here comes the 3-0. Cross for strike. So he has had 94 pitches. Trying to come all the way back against the number 7 hitter, and that one hit deep to right field. Bradley turning tail, watches that, and it's gone. A home run. Rua going to the opposite field on Chris Sale for their first run of the day.
And Rua picks up his second home run of the season, going opposite field against Chris Sale. Ball really taking off in that direction this afternoon.
Well, just his second of the season, but he had 22 last year. Guzman has gone 0 for 2. He's reached on an error and struck out. So 6-1 now in the bottom of the 7th. And a wave and a miss. He'll put him away. The tag by Sandy Leon for the 12th K in the book today for Chris Sale.
Well, you kind of figured, it was going to be a big strikeout day for Sale regardless, because this team strikes out more than anybody in the American League. And it has been a big strikeout day.
Here's Perez. He's lined back to Chris Sale. The bases loaded and whiffed. Every time a Red Sox pitcher strikes out a Rangers batter, Lexus will donate $50 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. Fly along right field line. Jackie Bradley moving over, and he's got it. 2 down. And DeShields will be next.
Center fielder,
So right at 100 pitches. No activity in the Red Sox bullpen.
I would imagine this would be the last inning for Chris Sale as he gets up around that 100-pitch mark, right?
I would bet you're right.
You got a decent sized lead, 6-1, and the bullpen can wrap it up for him.
DeShields, bit of a pest. He has a single. He's been hit by a pitch, and he has stolen 2 bases. Nobody throwing yet, but Matt Barnes beginning to stretch. The Sox bullpen was amazing last night. You missed the ball game. They were incredible. Kimbrel locked it up with his 300 save. 1 run in, 6-1 Boston.
heroes, because no matter where you serve or when you served, we stand ready to serve all military families.
Underway in the 8th inning. Sox bringing up Nunez, Bradley, and then Sandy Leon, who has crushed a 3-run homer today. J.D. Martinez has added a solo shot. Nunez getting out of the way. He's gone 1 for 3 with a base hit.
That's a breaking ball right there that just slipped out of the hand of Chavez. And Nunez. So some flexibility getting out of the way of that one.
1-1 trickled back toward the mound. Chavez will gun to get him. One away in the Red Sox 8th. The Boston Bulldogs Running Club is hosting the 3rd annual Run for Recovery 5K at Franklin Park on Sunday, May 20th. It's a tribute to those who are battling or have lost their lives to addiction. Still time to register. You can visit bostonbulldogsrunning.org for more information. Jackie Bradley hit by a pitch in the 6th inning and came in to score. He was aboard when Leon torched his home run. Sandy's come up with some big hits here in recent starts, including a game-winning hit at Fenway on the last homestand. Jackie's batting average really taken a hit in this slump that he's in. Started the day hitting 183. Know how hot he can get. He said before the season started back in spring training he wants to stay away from the peaks and valleys. Try to even it out, be a more consistent hitter this year. Tough going early for him. Here's the 1-2. Sandy Leon on deck. A nice moment in the stands. Souvenir. And a young child getting that. And Jackie Bradley goes for it, comes up empty. He strikes out for the 2nd time today.
They had breaking ball that time to get Bradley from Chavez. He got it struck out by a fastball from Fistus back in the 2nd inning. 28 strikeouts on the season, 9 walks for Bradley.
A much better day for Sandy Leon. A base hit, a walk, a 3-run homer. That's the key blow that occurred in the 6th inning. Day off for Christian Vasquez. Be back in there in all likelihood on Tuesday against the Yankees. First of 3 coming up in the Bronx. 1-2. Red Sox, the #1 hitting team in the American League, is 2nd in runs scored, 3rd in ERA, and #2 in fielding percentage. That just missed. And a full count on Sandy. Blake Swihart on deck. Sox up 6-1. And crack to the first baseman. Guzman will take that. Red Sox go 1-2-3. Red Sox ahead 6-1 here in Texas, looking to take 3 out of 4. Sensational day here for Chris Sale.
And especially with his sliders. 12 strikeouts on the afternoon, and many of them coming on that pitch. I mean, it was filthy, especially against the left-handers. The right-handers going backdoor with it, staying away again from the left-hander. It was sensational today.
Just 4 hits, 1 run, the home run by Rua in the 7th inning. And that is all they got. So he turns the baseball over to Matt Barnes. 2.70 ERA for Matt. And he will take on Chu, Kiner Falefa, and Mazzara in the last half of the 8th in Texas. Next time the Sox come here in the 2019 season will be the last time they will play in this ballpark, barring any postseason play between the two, because they've got a new home going up for 2020. And it'll be a dome with plenty of AC. Devers there right behind the bag, will gun to get him. Let's get on to Guerin.
Jerry, yesterday Andrew Benintendi helped out with a marriage proposal. The couple are Red Sox fans from Arkansas, and during batting practice, Andrew had a ball that said, "Turn around, will you marry me?" He walked it over to the woman, and when she read the ball, she turned around and her boyfriend was on one knee with a ring. She said yes, and he said it was pretty cool to be a part of that. And guys, I asked Andrew if she kind of freaked out and lost it, and he just started laughing and said, "I don't know about that stuff."
And apparently doesn't want to just yet. At least just yet. You know, for a while, I mean, you were on the verge there, Guerin, of breaking hearts all over New England, all over the country, because when you say no marriage proposal and Andrew Benintendi, people were putting that together.
Yes, and I got a lot of frantic tweets. That's why I thought we got to get this story in so we can make everything clear. We can make everything out there.
Everybody down. Well done.
You know, I'm looking at that. If we could see that again, I'm not sure how excited she is.
Don't do that. You're going to ruin it.
Well, I like to make predictions on whether I think it's going to last or not. And I didn't see a lot of overexcitement there on her part with the proposal. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Guys, I hate to say this, but most women that I have communication with would be more excited to meet Andrew Benintendi than they would about a marriage proposal.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It didn't seem to me like she was, I don't know.
She was like, oh, you know, and I get to get married too, you know, after meeting Andrew Benintendi. What a letdown. Bogarts flips on to get him, so 2 up and 2 down here in the 8th.
Look, I mean, to me, it's like, yeah, okay, you know, put the ring on. Okay, that's great.
Where's Andrew?
Yeah, okay, now I'm going to turn around and I'm going to look at Andrew again, give him a bigger hug than I gave my future husband.
Now, what do you give it? You say you give a prediction on how long you think this one's in for the long haul?
I don't think that one's long. I honestly don't. I don't like. I wasn't crazy about the reaction.
I think that's just awful. I mean,
I know. I'm just giving you my honest opinion.
I know. I revere your honest opinion, but I hope we haven't done anything to get in the way of those 2 kids who are just crazy about each other. We wish them nothing but the best.
No, believe me, I wish them. I hope that it's forever. Yes. But you know, something inside me tells me
I don't have a good feeling about it.
It may not. I don't know.
Zahra has struck out twice and been hit by a pitch. Sox ahead here 6-1.
Now that couple's forever. Look at this. Isn't that cute?
Well, you would think we engineered that, the kiss, but we did not. That was right on cue for them.
That's forever. I mean, you know, after you get married, I would offer you to kiss your wife.
1-1. That's going to be on number 3. 6-1. Red Sox. Xfinity. Chris Sale just brilliant, over 7, struck out 12. That is a season high for the left-hander. Sandy Leon has ripped a 3-run homer. JD Martinez with his 8th home run of the season. Red Sox getting to Doug Fister, 6 1/3, 9 hits, 6 earned runs. And closing in on another victory here this afternoon against the Texas Rangers, which would be 3 out of 4. They're going to bring on Tony Barnett out of the bullpen.
I've been on the Sabre list a couple of times this season with a couple of different injuries, but you can see he's only been in 4 games, a total of 6 innings.
Blake Swihart, since he entered the ballgame subbing in for Mookie Betts, has gone 1 for 2 with a base hit. First baseman will handle that. Guzman to the pitcher. 1 up, 1 down. Little look at Mookie Betts back in the first inning, why he had to come out.
Yeah, in case you're just joining us, the ground ball tag first and then hitting Betts up around the shoulder. And leaving the game with a right shoulder contusion. So we'll see how he reacts to that over the next 48 hours.
Benintendi 0 for 4. He has struck out twice, flied out, and hit into a fielder's choice today. 9th inning, 6-1 Sox. Carson Smith getting going in the bullpen. And Barnes just came on, got him 1, 2, 3. And a 2-0. Popped him up into right. Tanner Falefa out. Mazzara coming in. And there are 2 gone.
Kind of a weird delivery as he kind of a couple of kicks with that leg before he comes to home plate. It's like a ballet dancer as he makes that delivery to home plate.
Another good day for JD Martinez. A walk, a double, a home run. And the 1 out he made was a line drive to center. Base is empty, 2 down.
That last at bat in the 7th inning, opposite field for Martinez. Inside out swing. A leap in the outfield by Navarra, but he can't make the play, and Martinez picks up his 8th home run of the season.
Red Sox win this one and they improve to 14-5 on the road. Some start. Here's the 1-2. And in there for strike 3. That's all for Red Sox. We go to the bottom of the 9th. 6-1 Boston. is 6-1 and on the verge of taking 3 out of 4 to begin the road trip, which will next move on to New York and then Toronto for the last 6 after today. An off day on Monday in New York City. Carson Smith for his 13th appearance. And he'll get 5, 6, and 7 in the batting order here for the Rangers. Red Sox with a big home run from Sandy Leon today and another home run by J.D. Martinez. That's where they really took command. Talk about taking command of that pocket.
Now that looks good. Enjoying every second of that. Look at the fingers.
Oh yeah, it had to be cheese popcorn, right? Had to be cheese, and the brother's getting none. He's getting nothing. Although he has a nice hat.
Trying to get it the right size right now. That's just enjoying yourself right there. I mean, their fingers are all yellow. It's all over the mouth. I mean, that's good stuff.
So Profar to lead things off here in the bottom half of the 9th inning. Red Sox have had a wonderful time here these last few games in Texas, but getting ready to pack up and head for New York. And another showdown with the Yankees, who won today 7-4 over Cleveland. And a one-strike pitch from Carson Smith. Is single, grounded to third, grounded to second. Just 4 hits for the Rangers all day. Up the middle, Xander Bogaerts ranging and gets him. 1 up, 1 down. Amica Insurance, great service, great coverage, great price for auto, home, and life insurance.
Nice play by Xander Bogaerts, covering a lot of ground there as that ball bounced up over the head of Carson Smith. Busy. Last 3 outs by Bogaerts.
Nunez 1 for 3 with a single. He's also struck out twice at the hand of Chris Sale, who punched out 12 today and had not good but great stuff. Throwing 97, at times 98 miles an hour. Vicious slider. Great changeup. Like the American League wants to hear that.
Now, by far, in my opinion, the best outing he's had all season long. I mean, that was Chris Sale today.
You called it last night. You said you thoroughly expected that kind of a game for him today.
Well, you know, it almost seemed to me like he was kind of easing into the season. You know, all this thing about saving yourself for the end, and I think he got tired of that. I really do.
I think you're right.
And, you know, the matchup, obviously, with this team who strikes out a lot was perfect for him.
Bogaerts again, nice play, but can't get anything on the throw. And Nunez will be on with a base hit with 1 down. I think you're right, and I think Chris Sale's like that. It's like, the heck with it.
Yeah.
Here I am.
I'm not going to save it. You know, I've had enough of that. The brain show by Bogaerts, but we get nothing, absolutely nothing on the throw, like it slipped out of his hand. Yeah, but, you know, over the last 2 starts, his slider has been 100% better than it was earlier in the season. Yeah. So for the first time this year, I think he had all 3 pitches exactly the way he wanted.
His last start was against Kansas City. He had no decision in that one, but he went 7, gave up just 5 hits. Today, 7, just 4 hits, 12 strikeouts. And a great sign for the Red Sox. Rua with a home run in the 7th inning. Broke up the shutout bid. His 2nd of the year.
You know, Sale threw 38 sliders today, and 25 of those were for strikes.
It felt like he was ahead on just about everybody, and he threw 19 first pitch strikes. And it felt like on just about everybody he was ahead 0-2. 5 hits now for the Rangers. Sox have 10. On away, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Ryan Rua. Cut on and miss. He put him away. Strike 3, and Rua is done.
A good slider there from Carson Smith. Starts it on the outside part of the plate, breaks off the plate, and chased by Rua.
So 2 down in the bottom of the 9th inning. Guzman may be the last man to swing today. He's already struck out twice. Runner goes and allowed to take second base on the cut and the miss. 28,360 on hand here this afternoon. Just a perfect day for a ball game. Far more perfect for the Red Sox, who lead it 6-1. And are 1 out away from winning 3 in a row. Going to let him take third base as well on defensive indifference. So the Red Sox have struck out Texas 13 times today, 17 last night. So 30 over 2 days. Red Sox arms have dazzled them. Here's the 1-1. One more strike to get. And Alex Cora and the Red Sox will be 25-9 going to New York. Smith trying to end it here on a Sunday afternoon. 2-2. Many thousands of fans here are Red Sox fans on this day and have been throughout the series. 2-2. Down he goes. That's strike 3. What a great way to end it. The 14th strikeout of the day. Carson Smith back-to-back Ks, and the Red Sox win this one behind Chris Sale in a tour de force. TC the final 6-1 and heading to New York with a record of 25-9.